Hello and welcome to my Tarot Corner. So I apologize for not being here for a while. I've been having a lot of problems with my computer on top of other things that are happening here. And just for a short update on the situation in Israel, well, it's not good. Even though it seemed like we gained a victory, the government immediately tried to look for ways to wipe it out. So now they are starting all over again with their judicial reform. They already started yesterday with the deliberation about taking out what is called, let me try and explain it. When a prime minister or a minister is making a decision that doesn't seem like a reasonable decision, then someone has to be there to come out and say, well, this is not reasonable. So there is something that is called reasonable doubt and reasonable the ability of the court to arouse reasonable doubt on decisions that don't seem reasonable to the court. Now the government is trying to erase the ability of the courts to raise any kind of doubts on any kind of decisions that the government is trying to is going to decide. Now, the reason for this is just to make you understand why they want this, is because there is a person that has already been a minister twice, has already been caught stealing twice, has already been in jail twice, and now they want to appoint him as the Treasury Minister. Now, this is not a reasonable decision. In order to do that, they need to erase the ability of the court to come out and say this is not a reasonable decision. So this is what they are working on right now. And another thing that is happening for those of you who live in Brighton, right now in Brighton there are a lot of not a lot, but there are demonstrations in the courthouse because there is part of the lawsuit against our prime minister that is being led in the Brighton court, because one of the people that needs to testify, his name is Arnon Milchan. He lives in England and he didn't want to come to Israel to testify, so he testifies in Brighton. And the Prime Minister's wife decided to fly to England to be there. Now he's testifying on the fact that he himself gave bribes to the Prime Minister. So she's there, sitting there in order to frighten Arnold Milchan, in order for him to lie in his testimony. So there are people there, Israelis, that flew all the way there to demonstrate against her and to tell her that we are ashamed at her. We are ashamed at having a prime minister that is up on trial for taking bribes, for a lot of things. Okay. It's just too difficult for me to start talking about all of that. So this is the small update on Israel, which is very much, well, taking a lot of my time right now. So this is one thing. Okay, Harry. So the latest rumors about Harry is that Harry has had a mental health breakdown and has been taken by an ambulance, and some people are saying that he was taken to an ER and then to a mental health hospital. Now, it depends who you listen to. From Celt Views, she says that her sources that she trusts are saying that this is completely true. Other people, Pidina, I don't know, the Royal Grift, they don't have, they couldn't confirm this this rumor, but this is why we have tarot, because tarot is for looking into rumors. Now, you know that in all of my readings I'm getting that Harry has severe mental health issues. So I thought about whether or not going into this reading in a light-hearted way and doing a BS detector and just checking the rumor. And then I decided that no, I'm going to look into Harry's mental health issues in a deeper way, even trying to find a way to help him. Okay, so I'm using a Spanish tarot that is called tarot deck that is called Tarot Cats by Ana Juan. Now, why do I say that it is a Spanish tarot deck? Because as this is a tarot deck that is made by Fournier, and Fournier are making decks that are usually smaller than the usual 7 by 12 tarot decks. So don't be surprised that I can shuffle so easily this deck, because it is a lot easier to shuffle because it is smaller. So this is the tarot deck that I'm using, and I'm using this deck. First of all, it's new. This copy is new. I already had one, but that one was ruined, so I ordered another one. It's really not expensive, and if you buy it on Llewellyn's site in one of Llewellyn's sales, it's really cheap. Then this is really not a very happy, not colorful deck. And I thought that with Harry's mental health issues, I don't want to use a very happy, colorful kind of deck. So let's start with my disclaimer. So this is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. Okay, so let's clear the deck. Let's start asking. So, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, current mental health issues. What is his current mental health status? What are the causes of his current mental health status, and what are the roots of his current mental health status? What can be done to take care of this mental health problem right now, and what can be done for long-term help. What is in Prince Harry's life helping him to get better, and what is hindering Prince Harry in his life and not helping him to get better, and what is going to be the outcome. So Prince Harry's mental health issues, what is his current mental health problems, what are the causes of his mental health problems, the basis and the roots of his mental health problems, and the ways that he can or might be able to solve those problems, what will be the outcome of his mental health problems. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, mental health problems, his current status, the root of his problems, and possibility of helping him. Okay, so cutting the deck. The first card will give us the current state. And the current state is the Seven of Cups. Okay, so the Seven of Cups is a card of fantasies. And Seven of Cups could be a bad card and it could be a good card. And many people are looking at this card as a card of gaslighting. And in this instance, I have to say that I believe that this is where Prince Harry is, because he is in this position, he is the gaslit. He is living in this fantasy world. He, as you can see, he is not active at all. If you remember how the Seven of Cups looks like in the Rider-Waite, it is a person that is standing and looking at a cloud that has the cups with everything in it. Here we see a cat dreaming with the cups with everything that he wants in it. So this is a very, very passive cat that is not doing anything and is just dreaming on the things that he wants. The house, the rats, the fish, all of the things that he wants, he's just dreaming on them, but he's not doing anything in order to get them. So this is a very passive person that is living in a dream world, a fantasy world. So this is what we see, and this is his current situation. And this could be a person that is addicted to drugs. Could be a person that is addicted to alcohol, and because of that he is in this dream world. This could be a person that is running away from reality because he is unable to deal with reality. But this is a person that cannot leave his comfort zone, and he is unable to do things. He's passive. So here, this is not a very good place to be. Now, if he is hospitalized and if he is on very, very strong medication, maybe this is the reason why he is now in this very, well, let's say that way, comatose situation, something like that, because when you are with a highly dosage of psychiatric medications, you can also be in this fantasy world. But this is where Harry is right now. Okay, so that is his current situation. Now, why is he feeling this way? So what is the cause? What is the cause for this? And the cause is Okay, we get the Knave of Swords. The Knave of Swords, that is the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords, that is the reporter, that is the, first of all, that is the person that is very good with words, this very good with a very slicked tongue, a very good person that is able to lie, and someone who can talk him into doing a lot of things, someone who can tell him all of the lies that he wants to hear. So this is the reason, this is what got him here. So we can see, first of all, that Harry was told a lot of lies that made him maybe put him in a situation where he lost control, and maybe he really completely lost it and was hospitalized. But he was in a place where he was told a lot of lies. He was being manipulated. This is what the Page of Swords is doing. The Page of Swords is a person that is using the words, is using the air energy, and he's doing that in order to manipulate people. This is a person that is very, very slicked tongue. There's a person that is very good in communication. Now, just think about all of the things that happened recently, all of the deals that collapsed, the fact that Tim Simmons came out with saying what he said about Harry. Maybe Meghan said things to Harry that caused him to collapse. Maybe someone else said something that caused him, but someone talked and said things to Harry that caused him to collapse and caused him to over-medicate, or either to be in a situation where he was supposed to, went to a hospital and was medicated, or he himself over medicated and he is in this fantasy world right now. But right now he is not conscious. He doesn't know where he is. So this is the work of someone who is deliberately manipulated Harry. So he was manipulated into this. And this is maybe not even just Meghan. This could be other people as well, Doria, other people around him that told him all of the things that you can just think about, the things that maybe I have problem verbalizing, but think about the DEWTAROT project, the DEWTAROT offer. Think about all of the other things that, just let me tell you, just give you this scenario. I think that DEWTAROT wanted Harry to be their representative, but he, when he said that to Meghan was so mad that they didn't want her, but they wanted him. So he went to them and said, no, I cannot be your representative unless you take Meghan as well. And they said, no, we cannot take Meghan. So when he went back home and said to Meghan, no, DEWTAROT don't want you as well, they want only me, Meghan started using her ability to gaslight him, and this is exactly what we see. Gaslighting. Okay, next card. So the next card is, what is the underlying cause? And the underlying cause is the root of the matter. So all of this are the things that are on the surface. So these are things that are happening right now because this is on the surface, but there is something underneath. There is something in the root of the problem that is on this something is building, and on the root, in the root of the problem is death. Okay, so we can look at this in many ways. First of all, we can look at the death as the meaning of the word death, the death of his mother. And he blames the death of his mother for everything. But this is not the main thing here. The main problem and the root of the matter is the change. And death is change, and change that nullifies everything that was before. Now remember that when Harry and Meghan left the royal family, this was a complete change of Harry's lifestyle. This was the death of his life as a royal and a new beginning of a new life as a non-royal, as a celebrity. And this is the root of the problem, because Harry cannot adjust to life as a celebrity. This is not the life he was born to. This is not something that he was prepared to. This is not something that he can do. And this is the root of the problem. The change is not a good change for Harry. So this is the main problem, and this is the root of the problem. This is the underlying cause of everything, because this change, this is like uprooting someone from the garden, uprooting a stable tree from a garden and putting him in a place in a desert. This is how it is. Now, Harry had his problem beforehand, but uprooting him and putting him in a place where he had no support, no one to help him, no one to help him navigate his way, this was detrimental for him. So this is the basis of the problem. Next card is what can he do to heal in the short term? So what can he do to help himself right now? This is the short term. What can he do right now to help himself? And what we're getting here is the High Priestess. So that's interesting, because the High Priestess, this is not an action card. This is not a card of something that he really can do something. This is about secrets. This is about mysteries. And this is about, well, mental health therapy. This is what this card means when we're talking short-term treatment. So this card tells him that he needs mental health treatment. This is what this card says. Unfortunately, the treatment that he's getting is not the right kind of treatment. And there are a lot of secrets behind the veil here. And there are a lot of mysteries here that he's keeping. And this is not helping him to get the right kind of treatment. But this is what he needs to do in order to help himself, to go and get the right kind of mental health treatment. And I've been saying it for 2 years, I think. Okay, so what can he do long term to help himself? And long term, we're getting the Hierophant. Okay, so the Hierophant is another major arcana, and this card has 2 hats, as you can see. He has a green hat and a red hat, because this is a card of his father and of the head of the church. So as the head of the church, this card is telling him you need to start doing the right thing, and you haven't been doing the right thing. You have been doing all of the wrong thing. You have been doing all of the devilish things, all of the devilish things that are hiding behind the Hierophant. And you need to go back to your father. This is what this card is telling him. It's not a coincidence that this Hierophant has two hats. This card is telling him, long term, if you want to heal long term, you need to go back to your father. You need to ask for forgiveness from your father. You need to go back to your family. This is what this card is telling him long term. So this is what he can do to help himself long term. Okay, next card is what is in his life that is right now helping him. So is there anything in his life right now that is helping him? And what I'm getting here is the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is money. And he does have money. And if you are subscribed to Ibble Dibble, in one of her latest videos, she calculated how much money Harry and Meghan have, and they are not poor. They have quite a lot of money, and if they invest their money in a good way, they don't even have to work. They can live on the interest, and they have a lot of money. So this is one thing that is helping him. So this is a card of someone who has a lot of money, a lot of richness, a lot of abundance. He doesn't need money. So this is something that is helping him. And this is one worry that he can take off his head. So he doesn't need to worry about money. So this is one thing that he can put aside and say, okay, money is not the problem. So is there anything in his life that is not helping him to heal? And what we're getting here is the Star. Okay, so that's another major arcana. And this is interesting because the Star, I always tell you, the Star has two faces. One face of the Star is the naivety, the loving feelings, but also the secrets and the Pandora box. It's not a coincidence that the Star card is naked, because usually it's a naked woman, because she needs, in order to be naive and loving, she needs to be naked without secrets. And if she is hiding secrets, and if she is hiding a Pandora box, then things are not good. So when the Star card is there as something that is not helping Harry in his life, it means that he is in a place of self-illusion. It is that he is surrendering himself to another person, that he is unable to organize, that he is unable to talk about his problems, that he is blocked, that he is pessimistic, and that he has this Pandora box, that secrets that are, well, they will be revealed, but they are not helping him heal. So what is going to be the outcome? And what we're getting here is the Lovers. Interesting, because I always tell you that the Lovers card is not about love. It's on the other way around. And as you can see here, this Lovers card, the cats, they look almost as if they are fighting. Now, the Lovers card is about being total. Now, you can be total about many things. You can be total about love, but you can be but you need to be total about your life. And this is about looking at your life's pathway and looking at the things that are redundant and taking them out. And the only way to be able to heal, to be able to move forward, is if you are able to go through this process of the Lover's card. If you're not going through this process, you cannot move forward. It's the same like going through your closet and taking out all of the clothes that are there and you haven't worn for more than 2 years, and taking them out and giving them for charity. Or the same like going through your library, and if you're a person that can give away books. I'm not, but there are people that can give away books that you already read. Then, give away books. But, yesterday, for example, I went through my closet and I took out 2 sacks of clothes and quite a lot of jeans that I gave to my daughter, and all of the other clothes went to charity, and very, very good clothes. So this is part of healing. Part of the healing process is to be total, to understand that you need to take out things that you don't need. This is what Harry will have to go through. So Harry, as part of his therapy, will have to go through this process of understanding that he will have to look at his life's pathway, realize what are the things that are not helping him, and take them out of his life. This is what he will have to go through. This is the process that he will have to go through. So I cannot tell you if he will get better or not. I can tell you that he will have to go through this process. This is a process that every person that is going through a mental health therapy needs to go through. So he will have to go through this process. And in the long run, this is something that he will have to do, and he will have to make a decision. Am I going to be total or am I not? And if he is going to be total, which I hope that he is going to be total, then he will realize that Meghan is the one thing that is not helping him, and take her out of his life. So this is the long-term outcome. And so we cannot know whether or not he's going to heal, because if he's not going through this process and he hasn't started it yet, then we cannot know. So that is the tarot. And as I have been doing lately, I'm going to use 2 oracle. So the first oracle is going to be an animal oracle. It's the Spirit Animal by Colette Baron Reid. So let's just see what kind of spirit animal fits Harry as he is right now. Okay, so let's clear the deck. Okay, so Prince Harry's mental health problems. Prince Harry's mental health problems. Prince Harry's mental health situation. And we get the wombat spirit, which means be at home. Let's see what it means. Okay, so that's interesting, because the wombat is like a bear that likes to be at home with the family. But the wombat spirit arrives. When it arrives, it comes to nudge the person, and in this case it's Harry, to drop the false masks, because it is not others who will hurt him now. So this is what he needs to understand. He is living a life that are not the life that he should be living. And he is the one that is hurting himself. So it is him who is hurting himself when he is not being authentic. And with Meghan talking about being authentic and everything, he is not being authentic. He left the life that he should have been. And this is exactly what we got with the death card. He should have been a royal. This was the life that he was born to live. And once he left his life as a royal, he is not living his authentic self. So he's not being himself. He is living a mask. And right now, the wombat spirit is coming here to remind him that if he wants to be comfortable, if in his own skin, if he wants to regain his mental health, then he needs to take off the masks. He needs to go back to the place that he should have been. He needs to go back home, but the real home. And I know that many people don't want him to go back to the UK. Many people don't want him back in the UK. And I don't want him to go back to the UK as a working royal. But I do think that King Charles wants him back in the UK as his son, and that he will be welcomed as a royal, but not as a working royal. And I think that even Prince William will accept Prince Harry once he comes back without Meghan, once he apologizes, once he realizes the mistakes that he has made. But he has a lot of work to do in order to achieve that. But the first thing that he needs to do is take off the masks and start living his authentic self. Now, the second oracle is the Between the World oracle, and these cards are shadow casting with bones and all sorts of curio oracle cards. So I'm usually shuffling it in a way that I can get both upright and reversed messages, because it's important. So in this instance, I want to see what is Harry's current shadow case. So let's start with clearing the deck. And let's start asking. So Prince Harry's current shadow case. Prince Harry's current shadow case. Okay, so what I got is the acorn, but in reverse. So let's see what it means. Okay, so acorn is about growth. And when it is in the reverse, it is talking about decay. So the message is something in your realm, that is Harry's realm, may feel as though it is decaying at the moment. Instead of growing as expected, you may inadvertently be repeating the same mistakes and expecting different results. To nurture an intention, then care, feeding, watering, attention are needed. Sometimes when we look away, we are allowing things to fall apart subconsciously because the effort has become overwhelming. Step away from any frustrating situations so you can see the issue from a different angle and ask yourself what the goal was and why you are no longer motivated to continue with your efforts. Perhaps the task was too hard to begin with, and you need to ask for mentorship or professional guidance at this point. If this is the case, okay, this is too lengthy and this is not relevant. But the message is clear. Something in Harry's world is decaying, and he is repeating his mistakes over and over again, expecting different results when he's doing the same mistakes over and over again. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.